Hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the Spotlight series with me, Suman Agarwal. I'm the co-founder and director of Image Consulting Business Institute, and I'm live with you with one more certified image consultant and a soft skills trainer today. And her name is Sanchiyta K, and she is from Bangalore. So Sanchiyta has had a very incredible journey, and I would really like her to give her own introduction and tell us about her journey, her past, her present, and what she plans to do in the future. So let's see if Sanchiyta is already here, and I would just like to add her into the conversation. Hi Sanchiyta.
Hi, ma'am. A very good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. So great to have you here on Spotlight series with me, and really looking forward to certain questions that people have, and they want to know more about the life, the journey of a certified image consultant and a soft skills trainer from ICBI. So let's get started. Sanchiyta, you've conducted over 600 plus training sessions, and that's absolutely incredible. And I just want to understand that what initially drew you towards ICBI, Image Consulting and Soft Skills Training journey with us.
All right. Uh, so, to be honest, ma'am, when I joined this uh, course, so I didn't know, I was not that aware that, one day I'll be in a profession. I've chosen a profession which is so empowering. And in that time, I didn't know it. All I knew was I was at a threshold of my life where I was restarting, my life again. And I wanted to do something which I was really passionate about, and soft skills and image consulting is something which I was resonating even back then. And and also I used to see your ads very regularly on the front page of every newspaper, ICBI, and mentioning in bold letters, second career. So
Correct.
yes,
So that was the biggest motivation for you.
absolutely.
Wonderful. See, you've worked with India's biggest names like TCS, L&T, SAP Labs. Uh, what do you think truly sets a powerful trainer apart from rest of the people?
All right. So, what I feel, according to me, uh, two good qualities a trainer should have is, one is the content and one is the delivery. So, the
Mm-hmm.
content should be very industry specific. We should understand the needs, the challenges of the audience whom we are catering to. And delivery is another aspect we need to be very considerate about. So as far as my training goes, so I make sure that I equally it's not just I'm doing the training, I'm speaking for 8 hours and my listeners are just sitting and listening. I make sure that they are equal participants, because I always believe that learning happens both ways.
Hmm.
So through group activities, through role plays, through various activities, I make sure that they are always on their toes and they equally contribute to that learning journey.
Absolutely. I completely understand where you're coming from. Uh, so is it that you need to do a lot of groundwork for this kind of a training that you have been involved in?
Yes, groundwork is definitely necessary, because I'm just giving an example. Say for example, if I'm doing a session on communication skill, so I need to understand which audience am I catering to. I have to tweak. I must tweak the content according to my audience, what their needs are. As I just said a few minutes back, so I cannot use the same content um, to different audience, because they
Correct. So
need
no one size fit all approach, right?
yes.
Wonderful. So you've also mentioned that you have restarted all over again after 11 years of break. My God, that's quite a long break. Uh, what gave you the courage to step back into the professional world all over again?
So courage, as you mentioned, I must. The thing was, I was a homemaker, and I raised two children. I nurtured them. So I did my part of being a mother. I think I did. I mean, although still I mean, that journey is still ongoing. But that initial stage of their life, I was there with them. There came a point in my life, I'm sure it comes in the point of many homemakers, when they start a journey of self discovery, where maybe everybody around us is happy but we ourselves are not happy. So I think that is something, because I was not in a very happy space of life. I wanted to do something more. And this is the I wanted different things in my life at that stage. So my
Amazing.
priorities changed, and that
So
gave me the
usually,
courage.
do people have the will and the courage and the motivation to come back even after 11 years?
Yes, absolutely. Because I also feel, because I have done it. I'm an example. So there are so many women. They get not just women. So many people get inspired by this journey. That uh, because I have taken that first step, and I've also, not that it was an easy step, because I was being judged. Starting education again at, I was 41 years of age when I did this course, and I was being questioned by this decision of mine to restart. I had a degree in mass. I was holding a degree in finance. So people were telling, why don't you pursue that? And why a new path? And I mean, I didn't have much inclination towards finance. Otherwise, I would have pursued that. And I wanted to do something which I was really passionate about. And now that I have made some mark in my journey, I'm at a stage where people can get inspired. And I have also broken a notion that, age is just a number. So it's just
Absolutely.
the will. If we have the will, we can do it. We can achieve anything at 50, 60, 70.
Absolutely. Very true. But when you made an entry after such a long time, did you feel that will I be relevant in today's times? Because so many things have changed. There has been so much of evolution in terms of the processes, in terms of the mindset, in terms of the way people behave and the way corporate cultures work. Uh, how did you cope up with the entire thing? You know, when you bounced back after 11 years.
It wasn't easy. I would say that first and foremost, I feel many homemakers, again, I will mention that, because we've been in the confines of home for so long. So somewhere our own self-esteem gets a hit.
Yeah.
And, coming out of that shell, it takes a lot of courage. So initially, I started with some sales job. I worked with an advertising firm. I also worked with a freight forwarding firm. Then I went to a beauty pageant. I didn't win over there, but I won a special award. And then I did this course. So everything happens, one step at a time. And learning at ICBI also was a kind of, I evolved a lot in that 1 year. I learned so much from my trainers, from my co-students, and slowly and steadily I was able to break that boundaries
Wonderful.
in
So,
my mind.
who was your driving force when it comes to coming back after 11 years? Was it your family? Was it your kids, husband, or you yourself, or your relatives, your parents? Anybody who gave you that push, ke jao, I mean, I know you can do it.
I me myself unless I think everything what you mentioned is all very expensive, but unless and until we don't have the will to do something in our life, the exterior motivation doesn't work. So it was me myself, my willpower, God.
Amazing. Amazing. So, what made you choose ICBI in the field of image consulting, soft skills training after, coming back?
So as I said, one was that ad which used to always come, and ICBI has was the pioneer in image consulting. It brought image consulting to the Indian market when it was not even a name. So I wanted to, do my course under such a reputed brand and start my journey from there.
Lovely. So you've also worked with hospitals, corporate colleges. How do you tailor the sessions? Because like I said, that no one size fits all. So is there a lot of working that happens, or this is like all about minor tweaking in the content and it all gets sorted? I'm sure a lot of work gets involved there also, but then how easy or difficult or challenging it is to, work for different people with different age group, different organizations or different domain altogether.
I don't know. I have till now worked with hospitals. I have worked with college students, and I regularly do campus to corporate training for new joinees. Um, so, mo- uh, what I take into consideration is, what their challenges are, what they may be, what are their pain points, and try to work my content around, those things. So they should find value in what I'm delivering. I shouldn't be delivering something which is very, yeah, they're just sitting and training becomes just a checklist, that tick mark for them, and it's not adding value um, to them in any way. So it's very, very important to understand what audience am I going to deliver, and what are their challenges which they are trying to overcome through these trainings.
Correct.
So this is
Absolutely.
homework I do. Yes.
So, Sanchita, you are also somebody who promotes Indian wear at workplace a lot. So,
Yes.
what really inspired you with the idea of starting something like this, and what is the message that you want to convey to everybody?
Um, So this again, it didn't happen, abruptly. When I started doing image consulting on other people, and I also started analyzing my own personal style, and maybe that the age and stage of life where I'm evolving at so many different levels. So I think I started appreciating my own culture a lot in 20s, when we are young, when we are teenagers. Yes, I was also very drawn to western. I still am. I do wear western wear, but I think in this stage of my life, I started appreciating my culture, and I also found that some of the most powerful women from our country, they look so elegant, they look so powerful in a sari. So, and when it comes to, I think, we can look, the most powerful attire for an Indian woman is a sari. It does make a statement.
Of
So,
course, absolutely. And I would just add to that that maybe it is not only sari, it could also be a salwar suit,
that's
which
part
can
too.
be, the bottoms can look like maybe
Absolutely.
straight pants and the kurtas can have collars. If there is a little tweaking and it can be made little more corporate looking, I think that can also make everybody look very authoritative.
Yes, very elegant, very authoritative, and we are in touch with our roots, because the thing is, when we say workwear, uh, with women, the thing is, first thing which will come to their mind is Western wear. And so this is some market which I wanted to, create my niche into.
Excellent. So, from being a very shy and timid woman, you are now a very confident professional who is emceeing events also. So, what part of your transformation surprised you the most?
So the transformation is, I would say that I was surprised that uh, how much potential, I had, or anybody for that matter can have. And also, like, I believe that, once we break, we come out of those barriers, uh, we can achieve anything in life. We are so unstoppable.
And I think the most important thing over here, I would say, is that When a woman decides that she wants to change the image what she had in the past and embark upon a new image altogether, the communication that you have with yourself is very important.
Yes, absolutely.
So
It's
what you constantly tell yourself has to change. The narrative of that communication has to change 360 degrees, because who you are, or who you were rather, and who you want to be, there has to be a very clear distinction between the two. If
absolutely.
that's not clear, and if you're confused and sometimes you're giving negative signals and negative thoughts to your own self, you will never be able to evolve. And evolution is all about positive communication with your own self, which is very, very important. And giving yourself that you have to be your own cheerleader.
Abs-
Everybody has to understand that if you're not a cheerleader for yourself, nobody's going to cheer you up.
and
So
I,
I think that's something which has changed 360-degree within you and about you, rather.
yes, absolutely. Because as I said, we as women, we do lose that self-esteem. We do lose that confidence in ourselves. So first, it's very important to bring that, that confidence, that self-esteem within us through self-love and nurturing, and then figuring out our path.
And what's your children's reaction to the entire new version of Sanchita?
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are proud.
They feel proud of you?
Absolutely.
Amazing. So you often talk about resilience and strong value systems. How have these two qualities shaped you as a woman, a mother, and a trainer?
So, resilience, by definition, in a layman's term, what we understand as resilience is having the courage to get up to each phase. So for me, one thing is success doesn't mean the material or what you achieve in status, but how many times we have that courage to get up. We fall again, we fail again, and again we get up on our feet. That is what resilience is to me. And yeah, I have lived my life. There has, like in case of many other everybody, we all go through ups and downs, and the most important aspect is how we come out. How we come out of that is more important than we make the our challenges the bigger thing. So coming out is most important, even if it is small step. And value system, again, I always believe something I got from my value system, which I got from my my family. So this is something I really believe that tomorrow, like I always tell my children that I'll be very happy tomorrow when they become something big in their life, in their professional world. But if they are not good human beings, it will be immaterial for me, whatever material wealth they have accumulated. So values is something I stand for, and it also, I feel that that's what defines our character wherever we are. It's not, values is not something, I be something in front of somebody and I be another person when I'm in another room. So it should reflect in my persona, in every dealing of my life, where wherever I am, it should be part
Absolutely.
of my life.
Absolutely. So, has there been any emotional moment while training people?
There have
A
been
particular segment?
there have been n number of moments, because so a soft skill training, uh, as I said, I never knew that I was choosing such an empowering profession back then. And each training session, when it ends, it leaves with, not only I get a lot of love and respect, and I end up making good connected to my audience. But there are moments, sometimes it's not planned, impromptu moments, when during group discussion, or if I tell them a recent one, it happened in college. I just asked them, there was a topic on feedback, and I asked them, uh, every person to tell a some share an instance where negative feedback hurt them deep down, and I didn't know I was with this one question I was opening a Pandora of emotions, and everybody, they started when they started speaking, and the whole room became so emotional. And in one way I felt the new generation was so courageous, owing up to your vulnerability and showing, sharing these things. So many such moments happen during the training.
Amazing. So, Sanchita, how do you keep yourself relevant in today's times? What do you do? Do you like go to social media and see what's happening, or read books, or look at some videos, podcasts? What do you do?
So I do follow some influencers pages, and I go through their podcast, and I also attend a lot of events and experiential. I did a couple of events on experiential training, and those things I also try to inculcate in my own training sessions.
Lovely. So, finally, talking about the way forward vision, where do you see yourself using image consulting and soft skills training in the coming years, maybe 3 years down the line?
So I think by now I have created some niche for myself, because when we although we get trained in so many topics, but I have zeroed in that what I'll be concentrating more on. So what I'm doing right now, I'll be concentrating more on. I'll be sticking to campus to corporate training. Will be where I'll be training the new joinees on communication, general business etiquette, public speaking, and with regard to image consulting. One myth I wish to break in the minds of people is people think that image consulting is not that relevant. They still have the myth, or they think that it's very expensive. So, but they don't understand how important that image. When we enter a room, it just takes 5 to 7 seconds to
So,
create another person, to create an impression about us, and we need not splurge exorbitantly on big brands. We can look very powerful in very simple way as well. So
and I would say if image consulting is expensive, what is the cost of not being confident all throughout your life?
absolutely,
That's far more
far more. Yes,
damaging, and I think the cost of that is far more than spending on image consulting services.
absolutely.
Great. So now we'll open some questions from the audience. If you have any questions for me or Sanchita, if you want to talk more about her journey, if you want to ask any questions from her, please feel free. We have 5 minutes to go, and your time starts now. You can put your question in the comment section. Although we've covered everything, but let's see if anybody has any question that they would like to ask. Anyone, any question for Sanchita or for me, for ICBI? Feel free, and we'll be happy to give you all the answers. Anything about the journey that Sanchita has had? Anything about her experience with ICBI? 3 general tips on image consulting. Sanchita.
All right. Our question was for me. So 3 general tips I would say is dress according to your roles, your goals, and your personality. Very important.
Excellent. How you have managed family and profession?
Um, it's not been that tough because I'm doing freelance, and one good thing about freelancing is that I can balance my work. I can work according to my um, you know I can give time to my children, because I can take a full-time job, but somewhere I still feel that I wish to be around with my kids at least when they come during evening hours, and I'm able to juggle very well through my work.
And how old are your kids now, Sanchita?
So elder one will turn 12, younger one 17. Oh, they are. Everybody says no, they are grown up, but I still feel that
7 and 12.
7 and 12. No,
Still new.
12 and 17.
12 and 17. Okay. My son just turned 12 yesterday.
Oh wow.
That's still a very tender age. I feel that you need to be around because they're just entering their teens and they have little, that confusion stage where they still are, in that self-discovery mode. So a parent has to be around to monitor what's happening.
Absolutely. Especially in this day and age when they have access to social media. And also when they become teenagers, I used to feel that, they'll be on their, after a certain age, they become on their own. But I read somewhere that, when children are teenagers, that is the time they need the parents the most. And we as parents start feeling that now they are independent enough, but they are at a stage, they are neither adults, they are not children, they cannot show, they don't want to show their vulnerability, and it will become even more difficult if the parent is not around. So
I think in a way it's nice that the parents have also become very aware of
aware.
how to raise their kids.
Absolutely.
Also because of the access to social media plus the access to internet where we also get to read a lot of information. A lot
and
of things can go wrong. But at the same time, yes, we have to strike a balance and see how we can give them a healthy upbringing.
and also maybe we also learn from our own life how we
Very
were.
true.
And so we were, most of our generation was brought up in a very stricter way. So we are not imposing that thought process to our children.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Different.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, Sanchita. This was really great and we had a wonderful conversation. I would again like to say thank you very much because the conversation that we had was really, really insightful. And more than that, it was very inspirational for a lot of people, like we've already seen certain comments here. So thank you so much once again. And I wish you all the very best for your journey ahead.
Thank you so much, Suman ma'am. And I would like to thank ICBI. I would like to especially thank Suman ma'am today because of your effort. We are at a stage of life. We got empowered, and we are empowering other people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's all because of the efforts that each and every person who is doing the program, getting certified, is putting and making an effort to transform themselves and transform other people. So kudos to all of you. Make us proud and continue to do great work in the future as well.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was
Thank
really,
you, everyone.
it was an honor for me today.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And this is Sanchita and Suman Agarwal signing off for today. Bye bye.